Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 687, we're going to talk about Kolvori, the god of kinship. Yes, there's another side to it. We're not worried about that right now. 4 mana, 2/4 god. Green. Okay. As long as you control 3 or more legendary creatures, so that's Kolvari plus 2. Kolvari gets +4/+2 and has Vigilance, so it becomes a 6/6 Vigilant. That you can spend 2 mana tap to look at the top 6 cards of your library. You can reveal a legendary creature, put it in your hand, the rest go to the bottom in random order. So we want this to be the 6/6. So this is the mono green legendary creature build. So there are many cards. The first one I thought of was Time of Need. Because if we just have to produce a specific legendary creature, this is our tutor for it. So let's look at our ramp. We're in mono green, so you kind of know what to expect. We got all the categories of ramp here. We got rocks, spells, and dudes. So Soul Ring, Alter the Pantheon. I figure Alter the Pantheon's a good one here because we do have a card that cares about devotion. Our commander's a god. Sure, okay. Moss Diamond and Pristine Talisman. That's it for the rocks. Then, of course, Rampant Growth, Search for Tomorrow, 3 Visits, Cultivate, Sky Shroud Claim, Harrow, Explosive Vegetation, and Hunting Wilds. Gonna get them forced into play. Because some of these legends are not cheap. Now, I was like, well, we're in mono green. Is it okay to have some creatures that are not legendary? Well, yeah, we kind of need them for ramp, right? The Elvish Mystic, Llanowar Elves, Finhorn Elves, and the Farhaven Elf. And then I actually got to, because that's like 4 elves, mana elves, which is nothing unusual, but my mind ticked when I started looking at legendary creatures, because I come up with Rishkar, Dwaynen, Numa, and Marwyn, and I was like, that's a lot of elves. So it kind of led me to Canopy Tactician and Imperious Perfect too. Even though they're not legendary, there is kind of a little bit of an elf theme apparently going on there. So that's why I did that one. Rites of Flourishing and Harmonizes some decent card draw. But let's look at our creatures, shall we? We have Halana. We have Jalan. I don't think I've built this one yet. Converted mana cost 6 or greater. You can draw a card. That's actually going to matter for some things like Slurk. We have Anara. Kogla. We got Kong. We have Grun. Silvos. Sakiko, Mother of Summer. I know Gargos is kind of a loose fit because, there are no Hydras, but that last, it's still an 8/7 Vigilant, and whenever creature you control becomes that line. So um, we have Iwamori, 5/5 trample for 4. Renata, there's our card that cares about devotion. Gotta have Toski, right? Howtow, Yorvo, Sasea, Jolray, Sir Fair and the Hingehammer, Finn the Fangbearer. And then I was like, well, that just doesn't, it doesn't seem like I have enough. Because I want to dependably have it. So I went back to Kamigawa. Yeah. So the thing with Kamigawa is a lot of them were spirits, and they cared. It was a very what they call parasitic set, spirits and arcane. Um, it is what it is, but these are all the Kamigawa legendary spirits. Kodama the South Tree, Bounteous Kirin, Iname Life Aspect, Arashi the Sky Asunder, Ayumi the Last Visitor, which led me to wanting to play some arcane spells. Now, you notice that I missed the biggest one, the Kodama's Reach. I just didn't have a copy at the time I was building this, but Strength of Cedars is pretty good. X is the number of lands you control, so that kind of, all that ramp kind of helps too. And then Rending Vines, which is a naturalize conditionally, but you get to draw a card. The rest of this is just kind of random stuff, stuff that works with legends, Ancient Animus. Put a 1/1 counter on a creature, and then if it's legendary, it's going to fight. Oh, no. It gets the counter if it's legendary, and then it fights. Okay. Kamal's Druidic Vow. Any number of land or legendary permanent cards. Yeah, that's a bunch. In Search of Greatness, I thought would be good here. To get that ramp going. I mean, sure, why not? Tangle is just a great card. Was that Fog on Crack? Swiftfoot Boots. Noxious Revival to get back anything we need. Primal Order. I mean, we're playing mono green. Now, granted, we have a few non-basics. What is this, 7? Although there's a good chance the Slippery Karst, Tranquil Thicket, and Desert of the Indomitable, those are just going to probably be cycled. So that really only leaves us with 4. The Rogue's Passage, Treetop Village in case we need that blocker. Tyrite Sanctum. It seemed like a good fit since, almost all of our creatures are legendary. And then the Orin Reef, the Vastwood. Which leads us to our removal spells. Beast Within. Great card. Return to Nature. Plummet, because, there ain't a whole lot of flyers. Wilt. And the Vow of Wilderness. Now, like I said, it's a whole lot of play creatures, turn them sideways kind of thing, But have I played? I don't. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. So that is what I have got right now. For Kolvori, that's number 687. We'll go ahead and put Kolvori onto the wall. And that is it. Getting close to that 700 mark. We'll be there before you know it. The actual deck number 700 is just prefacing this. It's not a commander everybody's going to care for. It is what it is. But I picked it out a long time ago as number 700, and anyway, we do appreciate you watching. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.